Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Weekly Wave. Sorry I'm running a little late. I was on another call, but we'll go ahead and get started now. And want to talk about accountability reporting. Right now, the chronic absenteeism medical exception is open, and it will close on 6/30 of 2023. So it's open throughout the year. The Office Accountability will be offering webinar trainings throughout the year. So look for those in your Gov delivery notifications. Also, upcoming windows, the CVR graduation rate for 2021 is going to be open very soon. It'll be open for about 10 days. And so please, and in the meantime, check your data to ensure that it's correct. And these announcements that on the opening of these items and the training, as I mentioned, will come through the Gov delivery system. And if you have any questions about these, you can email accountability@sde.ok.gov. Does anyone have any questions in regards to accountability reporting? Okay, I'm going to move on to our favorite topic at this moment, which is class size verification. It is currently open for correction, and I've been told we'll close next week. Ryan is still conducting his weekly meetings to assist with the report. If you're experiencing any application issues, please contact Ryan Piper at ryan.piper@sde.ok.gov, or you can reach out to Dean Hupp at dhupp@e2inttech.com. They can assist you with any kind of application issues that you're having with class size. Now, if you're experiencing data issues, you want to reach out to us at studentdatainfo@sde.ok.gov. And I have included in this week's slides the call information webinar for next week's call. And this slideshow will be posted on our website as soon as we end the call. So you can go out there and get this information for Ryan's next week's call. Sydney, can you pop that in the chat as well so people can copy and paste that? Does anybody have any information in regards to the information I've covered on class size? Okay. What I do not know, Teresa, that is, Ryan said next week. He did not give a definitive date. So you might email him and see if he can provide that information to you. Sydney just put his email in the chat. Anybody else? Okay. If we still have teachers that should have been removed and are still showing up, how do we correct? They are correct in this SPR. That would be an application issue, and Darla, please reach out to Ryan for that. I don't know if there's an exclude button, but that would be a question for Ryan or Dean. And Ryan's email's in the chat as well. Okay, I am going to move on to October 1st Consolidated. The report is open and is now scheduled to close on October 21st, which is tomorrow. Please remember that this has a capture date of October the 3rd. You still need to be checking your find missing students, so students can sometimes pop in there if your reports are not confirmed. So you'll need to make sure that that information is accurate. Child count was included in this report and is certified through your October Consolidated report and should match your Ed Plan data. So your SPED director should have been going through and confirming the report. Well, they don't confirm it, but making sure the data is correct. Your superintendent would be the one to actually confirm and certify the report. So make sure those items are correct. I might mention too, there are other things you need to look at as well. You really need to be looking at your gifted and talented students, your free and reduced, and also your EL students to make sure they're accurate on this report. So things to check before tomorrow. So keep that in mind. Child count, it does appear on October 1st. If you have an appeal open for your special ed students, do not confirm or do not certify your data until that appeal has been processed. The appeals were accepted through the 12th of October, and they should be processed by the 28th. So we understand that if you've got an appeal out there, you cannot confirm or certify that data, and your actually due date for October 1st has been extended. If you don't have an appeal, then your due date for this report is October 21st. Okay, I see some questions that popped in the chat. And Cody answered that one. So Chrissy, is state reporting certification is currently unavailable. I was not aware of that, but I will reach out to, or I think Cody answered that as well. Students that did not update last night. Julie, sometimes when you make those changes in the system, it takes more than an evening for it to actually appear in those reports. So I know that's coming up on the due date, but normally you do the update, it processes overnight, and then sometimes those items go through validation, which can take another day or so. So you might reach out to student data info and see if we can confirm that we got those updates. Megan's asking, will the reports stay open through the 28th for those appeals be processed? Yes, they will. October 1 will stay open. And okay, Cody already answered that. Y'all, thank you for taking these questions on. I appreciate it. Also, to make sure I'm hearing this correctly, this is due on the 21st, except you have an appeal, and then you'd have to certify it on the 28th. Yes, that's correct. Is there a code for an assistance principal? Ladina, I'm not really sure what you mean. Is this in regards to class size or? Accreditation? That would be a Ryan Piper question. So please email Ryan and ask him that question. Is there any more questions about October 1st or child count before I move on? Okay. FQSR, it is open and it will officially close on 11/30. However, your report is actually due no later than 10 days after the end of your first 9 weeks or prior to your RAO's visit. So keep that in mind. If you've got, it's a good idea to continue to start looking at that data, because if your RAO's coming tomorrow, then you want to make sure your report is done. So we want you to correct any calendar issues that are your professional and parent teacher conference days. Check your membership, make sure your students are all showing up. And your transportation. Transportation is actually, we receive it during the student attendance summary. So if we're not getting that data from you, your transportation won't be there. Check your find missing students. Make sure there's no errors that are keeping those students from appearing on your report. And always remember, if you've got questions in regards to this, you want to email state.aid@sde.ok.gov. Okay, and I see there is a question in regards to if your changes aren't updated last night, what do we want to wait to certify? Kelly, the due date is tomorrow. You could wait till tomorrow. I mean, we want the data to be correct. However, the due date's been out there for some time. And I mean, if you don't have an appeal, then it is due, but we want it correct. Tiffany's asking 10 calendar days or 10 work days, and Lori's responded 10 calendar days. Lori, do you have anything else to add or in regards to FQSR?
I don't think so. We have 87 who are certified. Pretty dang good, I'd say.
That is good.
I do know that the REOs are running a little behind, or some of them are. I'm not going to tell you all of them are. I just do know that they are having, well, as same as you guys, class size.
Yeah.
So, and I say 10 calendar days to you guys. You can work that out with your REO if you need more time. Usually they're a little more willing to do that because they usually don't really start hardcore on the FQSR till November, but we have to give a time or otherwise people wait till the last day. And I'm not talking to the people who are on this call because you guys are on this call. So
I did want to ask you, Lori, when you pull the information about October 1st, going back to that, was there 236 that had already certified?
234 was at 7 a.m. And then when I went and looked at 9 a.m., I got about 20 more. So there was some rocking and rolling for those 2 hours. So I haven't pulled from 9 to 10 because I'm trying to go back. I'm going back and forth looking at the FQSR. So I'm trying to get caught up to 9 o'clock on the FQSR.
Okay, great.
It did start pulling through a little more. When I asked that question, I was very concerned. The 234, because I mean, they have 48 hours, well, less than 48 hours now, and we're on the 20th day it's been open. So I didn't know what kind of problems people were having with it and what was going on. So.
Well, and I know we have like 110 folks that have appeals out. So.
Right. And I was told 50. So that was a dip, but that's still, even if you take 110 off, we're still there's 200 districts out. So maybe it'll all come together today.
I'm hoping so. I just wanted to give everyone that update. So, all right. So moving forward, thank you, Lori, for that. Eileen's saying in regards to the accreditation report, we have a customer who said that they need to have just one single pre-K class that reports all the grades rather than separate subjects area classes. Is this correct? Eileen, that is a Ryan question, unfortunately, since it has to do with accreditation. So please email Ryan Piper that question and see if he can respond to you today. Chrissy, I understand. Okay, I'm moving on to requesting state assistance. Okay. Whenever you email us, please provide your name, phone number on the request. Provide the student's state testing number or their local ID only. Don't provide any personal information for the student. That's in reference to anything you email the state. If it's our student data info email box, any of the group chats on Teams, or any of our personal email boxes. I mean, if something were to happen, we do not want that information out. So we just need the state testing number or local ID. We can find your student that way. Wave, new wave accounts. So superintendents must provide you with the access on single sign-on. The employee that's requesting the access needs to request an affiliate's log-on from OMES. I would ask and recommend that you include Matthew Johnston to be assigned to your ticket when you're making that request. If you're giving access to new employees, if you're a new employee, it can take up to 72 hours for your access to show up. But the email that you need to send the request to is at the bottom of the page, servicedesk@omes.ok.gov. Or if you're just having issues accessing your existing Wave account, go to your single sign-on page, click Open the Wave, log into your account using your affiliate's login. You are going to most likely get a second page that's a Microsoft page, and you're going to use the same login information. I think that sometimes confuses everyone. So you're still going to do your affiliate's login. If you don't know your password, you're going to click Forgot Your Password. The system will email you a temporary password, and you'll have to change it at that point. If these steps do not work, you will have to reach out to service desk at omes.ok.gov. Okay. Other than that, if you have questions that you need answers to things, please email us at studentdatainfo@sde.ok.gov, or you can look up our resources on the student information documents and guides on the State Department website. Other than that, is there any other questions that we can help you with today? I mentioned earlier, once we're done with this call, I'll be sending it to be posted to our website. You can access Ryan's call information from it or any of the information we covered today.
I actually do have a quick question.
Okay.
And if this isn't the right place, please just let me know. I can send an email in. But we noticed that our ROP students are being pulled by the state a little differently this year. They're being counted, whereas usually they're found under missing students. Has anything changed with ROP students with an admission basis of ROP? That's new this year?
Not that I am aware of. Is this Wendy?
This is Liz from Tulsa Public Schools.
Okay, Liz. Sorry, you sounded like someone else I knew. Okay.
And
Let me.
it's RBD, not ROP.
Oh, my bad. RBD.
Oh, RBD. Okay. I'll have to check on that, Liz, but it hasn't changed.
Okay. Maybe we could send you an example, something we could look into, or we could just send it to the student data info email.
That would be perfect.
Okay.
Okay. Sherry, I hear you joined late. The October 1st is still due tomorrow unless you have an appeal. With the, if you've opened an appeal with special ed, then your due date is extended. Tiffany, on the accreditation report, personnel secretary finished her report on Tuesday, but I am now showing current educators, not showing current educators. Who do you contact? Ryan Piper is who you want to call. His email address is further up in the chat. Thanks, Christy, for answering that question. Okay, that's all I have. I know everyone's busy, or I assume that the districts that are here today are not on spring break. There might be some that are. And if you joined and you're on spring break, thank you for taking the time to do that. Thank you all for taking the time to join today. Other than that, and Amanda's asking, do we know when accreditation is due? I would reach out to Ryan Piper. Amanda, I don't know his due dates. You are welcome. Other than that, thank you all for joining. I hope you have a great rest of your week, and we will meet again next Thursday.